Salutations and welcome back to my Minecraft Hardcore series. This is episode 28. My name is GOJIRACELL, I am your host, so let's begin. Within the last episode, we finally kinda finished this entire project. You see, I would consider it to be around 97% finished. Mainly just small errors remain. So not really errors, just little things like I don't really need to have the torches anymore. I could find a better lighting method for a lot of this structure. And the lighting is the main issue that I find. We have these glowberries all over this tower and stuff, and all over down there, but there's no glowberries and not very many places to grow glowberries on the bamboo farm bits. And of course, there are most likely a million other places that I'll find that I want to improve things on. I'll figure out what length I want each of these glowberry hanging vines, whatever, to be, because that is the level of detail that I'm willing to go in this, is personally trimming each one of these individually to make sure that it's the perfect length. However, that all is stuff that will happen at a later point in time and will most likely not really get shown because it is minor. For all intents and purposes, this project is done and there's no real need to work on it ever again. No, for this episode, I figured that we were going to stray away from the overworld once more and begin something in the Nether. Now, a while back, I said something about, I was going to try and fix up the Nether. It was something along the lines of, the Nether is just atrocious for me to travel in. I am constantly getting lost. It's horrible. So, I said to myself, at some point during that time, I'm going to fix the Nether. Something's going to be done about this, but it won't happen right now. Well, now is the time. I do not really have anything better to do with my time, so we are going to try and fix up this Nether. Now, of course, fix up is a pretty loaded term, and also kind of ambiguous at the same time. What do you want to do to the Nether, GOJIRACELL? Do you want to make it sunshine, happiness, rainbows, fix every single flaw that you can find? Well, not exactly. You see, I have had so many struggles getting lost and traveling through the Nether so many times, all the time, and even when I know where I'm going, it becomes difficult to get where I want to go, because let's say I want to use that portal for whatever reason, I don't even remember what it does, but let's say that I do for some reason. I have to either make a bridge across over there, or I have to run all the way, fall down these slopes to get to it. And there's another portal even further along over in that direction that I can't get to without even more work than getting to that portal. And all of that isn't even taking into account the sheer frequency at which I get lost in the Nether. There are so many different directions that I can go to get to different locations that are useful to me that I cannot remember for the life of me where each one actually leads. This one, I have no recollection of where this goes. I assume it goes to some other biome or something important. I don't know, though. I believe that if I go this direction, I find the strider that I put a saddle on, but I could just as easily go in this direction, up and over all of this stuff, and I would get there even faster. Which is an issue, because if I want to get places faster, it is not useful to me to forget that I can use very simple and quick methods and instead go the long way around. So, the Nether Improvement Process, or Nether Improvement Project, or Nether Improvement Initiative, I don't know what to call it yet. Whatever the case is, whatever the name is, it will consist of kind of a two-step thing for the first step, a two-part step. I don't know. Basically, the first two-ish steps are going to be, I'm going to basically tear out as much of the area surrounding these portals, my main portals, and random nether cave noise. I don't think that they're called cave noises when in the nether, but it doesn't really matter. I'm going to tear out basically as much of the material around these main portals as I can, and I'm going to try and create pathways that are better suited to my needs to get to portals like that one and the one further along that way. Other parts will likely follow, mainly making things look better. That's kind of how this goes, is I go for function over form, and then I add in the form later. I don't actually know if those are the correct words to use. Basically, I'm just gonna make bare bones skeleton work stuff, and then I'm gonna decorate it. This will most likely take me multiple hours to just tear down, and if I want to save the resources, I'll have to move them. If I don't, then I'll have to dispose of them, which, granted, I could just leave them to despawn. But I'll most likely end up just moving them somewhere else and storing them for some time when I need, like, so many stacks of basalt. But that's besides the point. The point is, this is going to take a really long time. Which is why I really do need to stop talking and start working. You know, on second thought, and this is not a procrastination technique or anything, I'm going to set up this storage thing before I mine a million bits of resources that I need to store. Alright, we have enough space to just kind of mess up our chest placement, and if you think about it, that gives us enough space to not mess up our chest placement as well. Okay, now that's done, we can get back to my favorite task. Oh yeah. Excuse me, could you stop jumping around on top of all of my stuff for just a little bit? I'm trying to have a conversation here. Okay, that guy just died. Basically, this Nether Improvement Initiative, which is definitely a pretty good name, or not, I have absolutely no concept of what sounds good and what doesn't. I just say things. Basically, what I want to do here is kind of even things out a little bit. You know, the overworld is very developed. It's time for the Nether to get a bit of development as well. This is just what I'm gonna do for a very long time. Just mine stuff out. It didn't take too long, but there's still, like, that was basically only half of that, and there's also bits there, and some stuff over there, and also make some bridges there, and yeah. Not to mention I have to deal with all of these guys, just kind of constantly hassling me. Go ahead, hit me, see what happens. It's literally too scared to even try to hit me. It's just trying to hug me. This is ridiculous. You're the worst hostile mob that I've ever seen. You call that hostility? I have seen sheep in the overworld that have more hostility than you ever could. Your very existence is simply embarrassing to any mob that calls itself hostile. Every single entity that is currently alive and within the Nether is cringing at the very notion that you are not able to even attempt to hurt me. Alright, I'm seriously not entirely certain why this magma cube will not actually attack me. And to be honest, I've grown bored of waiting for it to do so. But yeah, as I have said many times, and it doesn't really need to be repeated, this is going to take a while. And this is what we have now. I made a terrible mistake in doing this, because now we just have a massive spawning ground for magma cubes. I am definitely going to have to get on to spawn-proofing this, because the simple process of mining all of this out was hindered so much by the presence of so many magma cubes. So, I don't know what it's going to be like doing other things, like building around here, all of that with this many magma cubes. We're going to have to do some kind of spawn proofing here. I also have not done any bridges or anything. We do not have any infrastructure to get around in the Nether. We really just have this big open space around my portals. So I figured we would just build a few bridges real quick so that we can get down there, and it's not going to happen until I have cleared out a few of these guys, so yeah. Have you ever seen a higher concentration of magma cubes in any other place? Probably, but I would bet that in very few other places has anyone seen this many magma cubes. Alright, I just need access to these chests. I'm going to build the bridges, or bridge, singular, oh my god, out of basalt because I don't have any other materials on hand at the moment. And we are going to, I guess, get attacked by a ghast. Oh my god, everything's going wrong. Okay. Now that, another one's coming to try and fight me. Great. This is just fantastic. You see how difficult it is to get anything done? Okay. I'm going to try and get this done. Now, I can't really get down that far. I can get down moderately far. We'll see if we can't get down to around that layer, and then we will start a bridge over to that area. Alright, don't you dare. Don't you dare, yeah, that's what I thought. Go back. Go back, I'll kill you if you try that. Yeah, you can shut up. Okay, well, that simply was not... Oh my gosh, everything's going wrong. Would you shut up? Where the heck is my trident? Alright, it's gone anyways, it doesn't matter. It's left the game for some reason. I don't know what that ghast is doing. Shut up! Okay, you know what? How did that just not freaking hit? I swear, tridents are able to deflect these, right? It doesn't matter. Did it seriously just freaking... I'm just gonna freaking burn to death. This is so stupid. Alright, can I have my trident back? Thank you. You know what? Nah. Nah, I'm killing this ghast. Screw it. Yeah. 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 Bye. Bye. Alright, and now, just in case I decide that I'm going to be an idiot, I'm going to put some handrails on this thing. This is like the ugliest bridge that I could possibly create. But it will serve its purpose. You joined me just in time. I cannot be knocked down anymore, but you can. You certainly can. Alright, and now we run back through the magma cube fields to the other side, and I am debating whether or not I actually really want to build a bridge over to there, because I can simply, like, walk over here and then just go down. I suppose I could make this area a little bit safer, but this pathway is not nearly as annoying as the other one, which I just put a bridge through. Although there are a lot of magma cubes around here, so it is kind of annoying dealing with them. But that doesn't really matter. Either way, that's gonna be it for me for this episode. I hope you enjoyed, and stay safe. Goodbye!